Welcome to the Dansports tip preview for the Major League Baseball card on the 9th of April. Well, last night started very well with the Tribe getting the job done against my Sox. Looked like it was going to go very well when Toronto went up 7-2 on Boston, but the ever-reliable Blue Jays pen could be relied on to blow the game and gave up the Grand Slam home run to Brock Holt, he of the 2 home runs last season. And the 2 later games didn't exactly go our way either, with the Angels getting beat by the Rangers and the Dodgers for some reason. I mean, pitch count, I get it, but you don't take a guy out after 7.1 innings of a no-hitter. It's the first game of the season. His arm can be given time to recover, and they got what they deserved and lost the game as well. However, that being said, we're 12-20-2. We're still 5.99 points, I should say, in profit though so far this year. So we've got a full slate of games today. There are only 3 that I want to take a look at, so let's get going. The Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates play today. Gerrit Cole's on the hill. And I think you probably think you know where I'm going with this one, but I'm going to surprise you. I watched Raziel Iglesias, who'll pitch for Cincinnati, in his opener, and you know he let the lead-off hitter get on base too often, but he was very good apart from that, and he managed to pitch around the problems that he did create for himself. If he can eradicate that, then there's every chance that Pittsburgh might struggle today. Historically, he hasn't done that well against Pittsburgh. He did have an ERA north of 5 in games against Pittsburgh last year. Gerrit Cole struggles more with Cincinnati than most. Now, I'm aware this Cincinnati lineup is vastly different to the Reds lineups of the last few years, but that said, he's still gone 0-4 with a 5.23 ERA against the Reds. So I am going to play the Reds on a money line. I think Brandon Phillips, who has hit Cole quite well, could have a big day. I'm going to take Brandon Phillips to hit a home run and Cincinnati to win the game at a massive 14-1 with Paddy Power. And my main bet on the game, total runs is set at 7.5. I think the bookmakers have just looked and seen Gerrit Cole and gone, right, chalk this down low. We've got 2 pitchers here with ERAs north of 5 against the opposition. There are players on both teams that can hit the ball and hit the ball a long way. I think 7.5 looks low, so we're going to play over 7.5 runs in the game as well. The Nationals and the Marlins will play again today. Tom Koehler will pitch for Miami. No chance. We know what Koehler is at this stage. In 87 starts for his career, his ERA is north of 4. He's 1-4 with a 6+ ERA against the Nationals in Washington as well. So he struggles with this. Bryce Harper, who, you know, National League MVP, 5 home runs in his career off of Tom Koehler. We saw enough from Joe Ross last year to believe he's a good pitcher, particularly at home where he was 4-2 with a 2.44 ERA. He did only pitch in relief against the Miami Marlins. He didn't allow a run in less than 2 innings work, but you know what stock can you place in a sample size that big? So we're going to play the Nationals on run lines, and also while we're doing players to hit a home run, if Bryce can hit them like that off of Koehler, we'll take Bryce Harper to hit a home run and Washington to win the game at 9-2. San Diego and Colorado, game 2 I think it is of this series. I looked for the last 3 years. Drew Pomeranz, small sample size in calls. He had allowed 3 home runs in the 13 innings he had pitched there, so I went back to his last year as a starter for Colorado. He had a 4.91 ERA at Coors Field in that season before he left Colorado. He's on the hill for San Diego tonight. Jorge De La Rosa will oppose. He's historically navigated Coors Field quite well, but has had massive issues with San Diego. He went 0-3 with a 7.94 ERA in games against them last year, including allowing 9 runs in 2 innings at Coors in the only game he played against them at Coors. So, you know, we know the ball flies out at Coors. We know that there's a lot of players. I mean, Trevor Story, in some very elite company historically with baseball for having homered in the first 4 games of the season. He hit 2 last night. You know, Gonzalez can hit it out. Matt Kemp has given Jorge De La Rosa fits down the years as well. So I think we could see some runs in this game. I'm going to buy some runs. I'm going to play over 12.5. I mean, San Diego, who hadn't scored a run this year coming into this series, scored 13 on Colorado last night. So I'm going to play over 12.5 runs at 2.90 with Bet365. And we'll play Matt Kemp to hit a home run and San Diego to win the game at 9-1 with Paddy Power. There were lots of games I did look at. Obviously, there's the elite pitching matchup with Bumgarner and Kershaw taking each other on. San Francisco against the Dodgers today. I wanted to take Kershaw. I think he's the better pitcher. I think he's in better touch at the moment. But historically, Bumgarner seems to win when those 2 teams match up. I wanted to take Chris Sale for the White Sox today, but there's just a nagging feeling put me off that. The other games I desperately wanted to play the Astros, but you know they seem to be scoring a lot of runs and losing a lot of games at the moment. And you know, I wanted to play the Cubs. I wanted to play the Cubs to give Zach Greinke another beating today as well. But I just didn't quite have it to pull the trigger on that game. The other thing I think I'm going to do, just for a bit of fun with these home run hitters, is if they will let me, I'm going to put a treble on Brandon Phillips to hit a home run and Cincinnati to win, Bryce Harper to hit a home run and Washington to win, and Matt Kemp to hit a home run and San Diego to win. That comes in. Happy days. That's all from me today. Let's hope we win some money. Best of luck, everybody. Play ball.